Man, I feel like things be getting real crazy in these Facebook groups with people asking questions, some of them good questions, some of them, you know, beginner questions, and the way people respond to some of these questions, you know, some people don't have the best attitude and, you know, are just really trying to be know-it-alls, and then some people, you know, are genuinely trying to help. But, you know, for new people, obviously, you know, these Facebook groups are great because it gives, you know, a forum for you to ask pretty much anything and you'll get some type of response to it. But what I don't like is kind of the self-righteousness that some of these people have, you know, like they notarize the 10 Commandments or something, you know, and think, you know, they just know everything. That's not cool. If you're going to be helpful, be helpful. You don't have to be rude and mean and nasty about it, you know. Now, on the flip side of that, there are, you know, many cases that I see where people ask questions that clearly show that they're not really ready to do the business and not really ready to be out in the field because they haven't obtain a sufficient amount of training. You know, like I see people asking very basic notary questions with regard to loan documents. And the fact is, you know, before you're a loan signing agent, you're a notary. So you should have just basic notary skills, basic understanding of how to notarize documents and how to, you know, go through a proper notarization procedure. That's like basic knowledge, you know. But I think, you know, this whole notary loan signing agent thing has this appeal and this sexiness to it right now, you know, but people aren't getting the basic notary training. You know, in my step-by-step video, I talked about how, you know, getting the training and the certification offered by the NNA is really the baseline. Doing notary essentials, doing the NSA course by the NNA, and then supplementing that with additional notary training or loan signing training, such as loan signing system or notary to notary, notary pro, notary blueprint, whatever the course is. But at a minimum, you know, having basic notary skills, you know, is a must, right? And so that's just kind of the thing. You know, when I look at these Facebook groups, I just see it in most cases, it provides a great community for getting questions answered and kind of interacting with people, understanding, you know, some of the situations and scenarios that people are dealing with out in the field, and kind of getting real-time help and quasi mentorship. But however, you know, these Facebook groups, you can ask 50 questions in one of these groups. It's not a replacement for proper training and mentoring. It's super important, you know. But then, like, you know, I've said in a video before, some of the stuff, you know, some of the way people be acting in these groups is just really, really not cool. And some of these threads can kind of get real nasty with people going back and forth. And that's not what this is about. That's not what these communities are about. These communities are about networking and helping each other and growing. You know, there's a lot you can learn from, you know, just scrolling through these forums. But, you know, these groups have their good and they have their bad, and they definitely have their ugly with some of the drama you see. I mean, even to the point of, you know, people going in these groups and talking about different content creators, you know, and what things that they've said, and, you know, trying to cancel people and all this other stuff. That's like nonsense, right? You know, we got to do better. Let's really use these groups and these communities to really learn and grow and network and build each other up and support each other. But at the same time and in the same breath, you know, if you need to get training, you need to get training, you know. So be cautious, you know, going into these groups, asking very basic, super basic notary questions, you know, when you're out in the field. I'm not saying don't ask questions and don't try to get help if you come across something, you know, but it's just important to have just basic notary training. With very basic notary training, you can get through a loan signing, and to some degree, with at least the notarizations, you can definitely get through. You might not understand all the documents, and you might not understand you know, how certain things work, but with very basic notary training and some loan signing training, you can get through you can get through a loan package, especially the notarizations. So I just kind of wanted to make this video real quick to talk about that, because, you know, I observe it, you know, as I'm looking in these groups where, you know, people are asking questions, and, you know, the way certain people respond to them. And like I said, there's two sides to it. The good is, you know, people being able to get questions answered, but the bad and the ugly is, you know, people being mean and nasty and rude, but also people, you know, clearly needing training and asking very basic questions. That's almost scary. It's almost scary that people out here doing this without, like, you know, it's like shooting a gun without a license. You know, it's pretty scary. So these Facebook groups are great, but guys, we gotta do better. We gotta get it together. All right. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.